It's been a long time coming. The Nintendo Switch is my favorite console of all time. I thought the library of games was one of the strongest. The portability aspect reinvigorated something in me, and this just flat out is awesome. But after 8 years, it was time for something else. Does this do anything for you? It's the new Nintendo console. You know what it is. After being rumored, teased, announced, and displayed, it's finally out. Finally, I've got it in my hands, and I'm so glad. I picked up the new console, Pro Controller, and Mario Kart World at my local JB Hi-Fi at 7 AM. No midnight launches here in Australia, at least none that I'm aware of. I'd like to experience one someday, but the thought of midnight releases scares most of the residents here. It's just not a big thing here. Now the Switch 2 box here. Open it. Go on. There's the new console. It's insane. A great weight to it. It's slightly heavier than the original, so holding the whole thing in the hands feels premium. You see this new stand at the back? It's fine. It's adjustable now, which is nice. Reminds me of the OLED Switch's stand, but I never got that model. Accompanying the console here are the new Joy-Con. My god, I don't like the color changes. But the feel is way better. These feel like an adequate size now. The buttons have a nice clicky feel and it's slightly more comfortable to hold. But these sticks, I'm not a fan of. There was already a stick drift issue with the Switch, but these ones have less resistance to them. It feels like I'm gonna need to replace these sooner rather than later, but maybe I'm in the minority with this one, I don't know. Now these things attach to the console with magnets now. A satisfying feeling, I quite like it. The Joy-Con feel a tad looser on the Switch now, but that thought left my mind quickly. But I'm wary on how long these magnets will last, but we'll just see with that. Also, removing the Joy-Cons is pretty solid and it feels quite nice. Inside there's also these straps for the Joy-Cons. Took me a while to figure out how to put these on, but these are necessary. They make the controller feel better in your hands, but they also help out a lot when using the Joy-Con as a mouse. Having no strap there makes me feel like I'm gonna lean the Joy-Con off the surface, but the strap makes it feel pretty solid. A Joy-Con grip here, and I'm not on this guy's side. I was a defender for this thing with the original Switch, but here it's just strange. It definitely works, but the angling of the sticks being directly below the buttons just feels weird. Finally is the dock with a nice sleek design, and that's all I care to say about that. I also got the Pro Controller and oh my god, this melts in my hands. The texture of it is so smooth, which sounds kind of weird, but no, it's silk. I'm surprised I liked it that much. It's just flat out so nice to use. The sticks have a very similar feel to the Joy-Cons, but I like that feel on the Pro Controller way more, and I don't know why. The plus and minus buttons are raised, which I can't believe I've been missing out on. This is great. Then there's these back buttons, the GL and GR. I don't use them. I'm always accidentally clicking them when playing. I'd rather not have these here, but maybe I'll experiment someday. Mario Kart World is here too. This looks fucked up. The banner squished the box art too much, and the spine with the red at the top and bottom, it's just wrong to me. But the plastic is now red, and I like that. I think it's cute. Also later on in the launch day, my GameCube controller delivered. This is great. Everything feels premium and the extra buttons make this somewhat usable for all games, not just GameCube ones. It's fairly solid and not worth the 90 Australian dollars. This whole ordeal with the console, 2 controllers and Mario Kart cost me around 1,000 AUD. Remember when Nintendo was the cheap console parents could get their kids? Amazing. This UI is sleek and fast, and it's what I've been staring at for the last 8 years. No overhaul, which is kinda disappointing, but you get over it quickly. Now this console's got a sweet 7.9 inch LCD display at 1080p. Great, love it. And this notch around the screen isn't as big as shit either. Still larger than I hoped, but compared to the original consoles, yeah, it's fine. It's quite astounding how great the screen looks. Even on the home screen, the colors just pop so much, and that 60 to 120 FPS is astounding too. This thing is more powerful than I expected, and I'm just glad we finally got that Switch Pro. One thing that wasn't advertised was the battery life though, and it seems it lasts 2 to 6 hours depending on software playing. That's fine, it's most similar to what the original Switch launched with, and that's not a crime. It could be better, it could be worse. I wanted to go install some shit, so I went to the eShop and... guys, I think I might cry. This doesn't disgust me anymore. The eShop had horrible issues on the Switch. It was so slow and freezed so often. It was abhorrent. But now it's functioning. It loads quick and the small details helps too. It's almost like Nintendo wants me to use this shop now. Besides that, there's not really anything of note from me here. Even the game chat feature they've been shoving down our throats, I don't care. I'm sorry, I haven't even bothered to set it up yet. Most of my friends don't play Nintendo shit, and we just use Discord anyways. I kinda wish Nintendo focused their time not on this feature, but on, I don't know, anything else. So what games did this thing launch with, huh? Well, the launch was quite big. More than the original Switch at least, but I think even I could achieve more launch titles. Well, there's a lot of big third-party ports and remasters. Yakuza 0, Sonic X Shadow Generations, Bravely Default Flying Fairy, Civ 7, Street Fighter 6, with one of the biggest being Cyberpunk 2077 Ultimate Edition. This is pretty cool seeing right out of the gate how well Nintendo and the other parties are getting along. And from what I've heard, these versions have been fine. No news is good news, right? Everyone's mainly looking at the big ones, including Switch 2 editions of Zelda Breath of the Wild and Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. Great to see the two biggest Zelda games now on something that can handle it. Nintendo Switch 2 Welcome Tour, a pack-in title that costs money but a solid introduction to the new console, but the big one, Mario Kart World. The only physical launch title I got. This launch is pretty solid, I'd say. Feels like it's reaching out to as many people as it could. Everyone likes Zelda, put the two big ones there. We want to show the power of this thing and appeal to the mouth breathers. Let's put a bunch of third-party games here at launch with little to no downgrades. And then top it off with the brand new system seller Mario Kart World. I don't know if anyone could say this launch is perfect. I personally wish there was one more Nintendo-made game here, but I can't say it's bad or underwhelming. I think it's time we see what I picked up on launch. I'll also mention that I've only played these for a handful of hours so far. It's just my first impressions, so let's start with the big one and the only physical Switch 2 game I got, Mario Kart World. Holy shit, this looks amazing. I mean, this whole world is so vibrant and full of life, and the animations are unlike anything I've ever seen before. I should talk about the gameplay, I guess. It's Mario Kart, you get the gist, but this time you drive to the next track. I was skeptical of this change, but playing it's still fun. The way there is pretty much its own track with their hectic 24-player races now, and once you get to the next track, you only do one lap to not make this go on for so long. It's a breezy change and I welcome it. It makes each race just a bit more unique. And I mean, oh my god, these tracks are so cool. Peach Beach, Rainbow Road, Boo Cinema, these are some of the greatest. I love just how not uniform it is. Does that make sense? It throws away any shackles that may have been holding the series back, even introducing a new game mode, Knockout Tour. Just reach the goal before others, but this time multiple times. You get knocked out if you're too low of a place, and this mode, it's pretty fun. What other modes are there? Oh, Battle Mode? Oh Christ. This feels too much like Mario Kart 8's Battle Mode, the Wii U one. Only 2 modes and played in big open spaces. I don't enjoy Battle Mode in the first place, and this one feels like the weakest. I didn't care for this. But other than that part, this is a great game. The physics are more detailed. It's a heavier game, literally, but that makes every move, every drift more impactful. It's somewhat slower than 8 Deluxe, I feel, but again, it just makes the punches hit harder. And the online's pretty good as well. Except after my very first online match, the game crashed, but that was it. Also, the free roaming section here is pretty fun. I personally don't think the game really needed a free roaming part, but it's still fun to play. I'll be honest, I've barely touched the free roam, I've just been doing the races online. I have been having a blast with this game and I'm gonna keep playing it. This is on par with 8 Deluxe, I feel. I hope over time it ages even better. Well, after a little bit of Mario Kart World, I swapped over to Nintendo Switch 2 Welcome Tour. This game has a nice style to it, I feel. Well, game. I feel it's really a tech demo / presentation. But I feel it's got a scent of Nintendo charm, but a new branch of it. I don't know the best way to describe it, but this feels like a charming 2025 Nintendo game. But you know what I mean. It's a sweet presentation, but I put it down after an hour and a half. The mini games are fine, the collectibles are nothing, and the quizzes make me feel like I'm a new hire on a job and getting a crash course on my role, and I mean that in a derogatory sense. I still had my fun and learning about some aspects were cool. The tech demos were super interesting to me.
Hey guys, wanted you to type 3 big ass.
One that blew me away was on the microphone in the system. Yeah, there's a microphone in there, and Nintendo kept advertising that it can hear your voice clearly even with background noise. And there's a demo here to prove it. I tried it out with my vacuum cleaner running and...
Yeah, I think I'd like Fortnite.
That works way better than expected. I've really only done this, so I'm unaware if this tech is put to good use in other places. and I don't care too much because again, Discord's right over there, but it's very interesting and I hope people who care can enjoy it. But that's all, a solid time that I don't care to revisit. Then I tried out one of those big updates to Switch games. The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild Nintendo Switch 2 Edition. Christ, that's a long name. This is majestic. That's all I can say. It's surreal to see this game run, play, feel so smooth. This was my first Switch game. It's my favorite Zelda game, and seeing it in clear definition, 60 frames per second and with split-second loading times does something to a man. I'm enamored. Seriously, I was geeking out while playing it. It's like I'm playing it for the first time. I'm definitely going to keep on playing through this game, and I'll play Tears of the Kingdom as well. I haven't touched that Switch 2 edition yet, but I was more interested in this one's upgrade anyway. I love this, and I'm so glad this game can finally show off its gracefulness. But I'll say I haven't gotten to those Zelda notes yet, nor do I care to, honestly. Needing to use the mobile app makes me just groan. That update is a paid upgrade. What about those free updates Nintendo was talking about as well? Nintendo advertised free updates to Switch games, adding performance boosts and talking about some game chat functionality. I decided to try Pokemon Violet out. Now, I've never played this game before, but I saw the videos. This one was disgusting to look at, and now I can hold in the vomit this time. I'm kidding, this is weird to see a Pokemon game run this well. I was seeing everywhere that they increased the amount of Pokemon loading in the wild areas, and yeah, it's improved and it's really neat. Still doesn't fix everything though. Like, why is the minimap and health bar struggling to keep up? It's so weird, and there's also some pop-in happening here and there, but still, this runs a lot better now, and I might actually play more. I've only played for 45 minutes and got bored of the story being shoved into my face. I mean, the lack of voice acting is just creepy at this point. Whatever. It's a good running version of a broken game. It's pretty solid. Now, one thing that my friends can attest to is that during that Switch 2 presentation back in, February, I geeked out the hardest over the GameCube games added to the Switch Online subscription. So now I can play GameCube games, and all 3 of them. These first titles are kind of underwhelming. I mean, only 3 at launch. Well, at least these 3 are quality games. F-Zero GX being a balls-to-the-wall racing game, and the more I play, the more I like the series. Soul Calibur 2 isn't for me, but I had my 15 minutes of fun, and Wind Waker is Wind Waker. But how's the emulation quality? Well, it's very good. F-Zero runs perfectly and has a widescreen setting that looks amazing. Having widescreen on these games is fantastic. I wasn't expecting it, but it makes sense, and it's again surreal. Soul Calibur looks and runs great until you put it in widescreen. Still runs great, but they really did just stretch the screen here. Now, Wind Waker is a crime. No widescreen available, which is fine. I don't think this game was available in it, but my god, it does not run good. Why does this happen, and why with the one GameCube game people are going to care about most? Sorry, F-Zero. I've barely played this, but is it like this the whole time, and just how? Mario Kart World runs flawlessly. Breath of the Wild, for Christ's sake, but no. Colorful Zelda is where you draw the line. It's embarrassing, and I hope that no other games run like this. Please, not my darling Pokemon Colosseum. Alright, whatever. After that, I tried out the launch title Fast Fusion. I never played these games before, but I know of them, and after playing this, wow, I've been missing out. It's similar to F-Zero. I am not the first person to say that, and it's a joy to play. It's so fast-paced and it runs silky smooth. I love the background of the tracks so much. They're so interesting. I mean, a space outpost and all these forests/jungles mixed with these futuristic assets work surprisingly well. The actual track design, I don't remember. I was going too fast to pay attention. It's a fun time, and I think these developers should make an F-Zero game with Nintendo money. This is $22, and I definitely got my money's worth. My only thing is that after beating all the tracks once, I don't have a feeling to play anymore. It was a very solid hour of my life. So these last 2 were experiments. I saw online that there are some Switch games with an uncapped frame rate that run really well on the Switch 2 with no update. So I tried Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes, and holy shit, this is great now. Still looks and loads weird, but actual fights are now smooth and I appreciate it. What about 3 Houses? Oh no. Yeah, this one didn't get it. That's a shame, but hey, I hope it gets a Switch 2 update sometime soon. That's all I've played so far, and it's been a hell of a time. I really like Mario Kart and Breath of the Wild. Switch 2 Welcome Tour and Fast Fusion were a fun yet short burst of fun, and the GameCube classics need to get more support or I'll scream. Pretty good, and I'm really liking this system so far. So, how about we complain? I want to talk about my top 3 complaints / concerns with the system. 1. Putting game carts into the system is weird, there's this cover thing now and I don't like it. 2. The sticks. While feeling nice, they feel weaker than the original and I can totally see stick drift issues coming in the near future. 3. I don't know what the hell Nintendo's doing with this thing. I only know of Donkey Kong coming out in a month and some GameCube games coming. But as of writing, there's nothing else. Before the Switch came out, we knew of almost every first-party game coming out that year. Here, we don't know shit. It's concerning, but hey, I believe that soon we'll get more info on this thing, so whatever. But that's it. My biggest issues are a nothing thing with the carts being hard to put in, stick drift that might happen, and Nintendo's holding their cards close to their chest. That's it. I mean, I really like this console. It is not gonna blow you away. There's no big new features, and those somewhat big features I just don't care about. I've said what I said about game chat, and the mouse control could be cool, but I hope it's not a big thing, honestly. It's not an entirely new console, but I didn't need it to be. It's a system that's a lot more powerful than the original, way more comfortable, getting more support. I mean, it's just straight up fantastic. I'm excited for the future, and I'm so happy that this came out the way it did. Except, oh my god, why is Nintendo trying to bankrupt their customers? So I didn't want to talk about it until now because it's funny, but holy shit, why is everything so expensive? First, the console, 700 Australian dollars. I'm always talking in AUD, get over it. So whatever, it's expensive as shit, but it's a one-time purchase. I'm gonna get over it. The Pro Controller at $120. It's a great controller and better than the original Pro Controller, but it's just not necessary. It's more expensive than most games. The Joy-Con, $140. Dear God. There's some cutting edge shit in there, but if there's stick drift in the future, I'm strangling the big guys with the wrist straps. The GameCube controller, $90. It's plastic. I'm not a businessman. I don't know what goes into this shit, but to the consumer, all they're gonna see is $90 for a 20-year-old controller. Disgusting. A $70 camera, who cares? But the games. Oh my God, the games. I'm a game collector. Could you tell? And I'm screaming at Nintendo for this. Why did I only get one physical game? Because these games are expensive as fuck. Mario Kart World is $110 physically and $120 digitally, while Mario Kart 8 Deluxe was $70 physically and $80 digitally. It is an amazing game, but this is not something people can just easily buy anymore, no matter the quality. And on this topic, why is it more expensive digitally when it's only a code, where a physical product with more work put into it is cheaper? I don't want Nintendo to figure this one out, please just don't level out the prices. But how is this going on? The Zelda games are $100 each. Why would I pay that? Yeah, it makes sense, $80 for the original game, $20 for the upgrade, $100, boom, let's just like that. But the upgrades are free with Switch Online. I want those physical versions, but I'll wait to see if it goes down in price, and God, I hope they do. Cyberpunk is $115 physically. That's just hilarious. Greedy fucks. Remember when the game came out unplayable and is now only slightly playable? Launch it on a console you won't get the same fidelity on for a higher price. It's $100 on PS5, where you'll get a better experience. Well, better. I don't like Cyberpunk anyways, why do I care? At least Cyberpunk's full game is on a cart, which no one else wants to do anymore. Yeah, all those third-party launch titles are game key cards or whatever. The game's a download. Cart inside lets you download it. The more I think about it, the more annoying it gets. It's like they've got one foot on both sides. It's like the companies are just saying, we don't care enough about physical copies, but we do care enough that we'll still have them take up store space and pay for a cart ourselves. It's ridiculous, and I hope they stop doing this. But they're still expensive, ranging from $75 to $100. Daemon X Machina Titanic Scion is $125. That's the punchline, nothing to add to it. So I ask again, why would you pay more money for a game that flat out won't run as well as it would on a PS5, maybe even a PS4? Because it's portable? I guess, but that's not for me. Also personally, I'm a big fan of getting PlayStation trophies or Xbox achievements. I could see myself getting these versions if Nintendo had an equivalent, but they don't, so I don't see myself getting any of these third-party games. But that's the big retail physical games. What about the others? Well, the Switch 2 Welcome Tour is $15. It's not a lot, but it's the principle. The average person isn't gonna pay for an instruction manual. Fast Fusion was $22. I like that, but that's it. Gaming is just not accessible anymore. It's frustrating that this is so expensive, but that is my biggest issue with the Switch 2. I was very harsh or passionate there, but once the dirty work is done, you've got one of the most promising consoles with a solid launch and some extraordinary games. I can't wait to see Nintendo show us what they're made of. This has the potential to be my new favorite console. My favorite console to steal, at least. I'm not going broke trying to play Daemon X Machina.